I'm not sure if I'm going to go and post this video. I don't know if I feel the necessary to really do so, but for my own sake, and just for the sake of being able to get a lot of stuff off my chest, I'm doing this anyway. Whether or not I decide to go and post this is a whole nother story, and I'll decide that when the feel as though the time is appropriate. So to start, hello everyone, Mr. Dark here. It has been quite some time before I've done a video like this, or just any video for that matter. If I remember correctly, I think the last time I've done a video for my channel has been maybe 3 weeks, almost a month or so. And part of this video is to go and explain why that's the case, plus some other things that have been going on in my life personally and such. So, to start, and to be as frank as possible, the past month, couple of weeks prior after that, has been probably, if not the most emotionally exhausting and draining for myself. And what I mean by just emotionally exhausting, it's more so due to my own issues and just disposition and such. I have not been this upset, depressed, or just overall well like this in a good long while. Maybe this is probably the worst I've ever been at as far as my life is concerned. As far as the cause, as of late, there's been a lot on my mind, especially after the video that I posted and talking about myself, since saying that I would try to do more venting in general about myself, which again isn't necessarily a topic that I'm extremely comfortable with talking about or feel the need to talk about. I'm still trying to wonder why I'm making this video to even start with, considering that's how I feel about most of the cases. But, considering all the things that have been going on, I just feel as though even if I don't decide to go and post this, even if not many people watch this, I'm hoping that I'll feel better about venting everything, which it's very difficult for me to go and actually type up. But also, if there's anybody else that's dealing with a similar situation, that they'll maybe be able to learn something just from my own experiences. So, as I said before, I've been dealing with a lot of emotional stuff. Mostly my own, like I said, my own personal issues, and just things that I have been dealing with and been thinking about over the course of the past month or so. I've had a bit of a new lease on life, just a new outlook on things, thinking that it would help my issues, help me feel better about myself, help me feel better about life in general, and trying to come to terms with some of those things has been extremely difficult. So, what I mean by that is, as I think, and this is calling back to me about a month ago, and I don't remember the exact words that I said or the exact things that I said, but an issue that I have is really worrying about myself, or actually looking to take care of myself. Something that I don't do or feel the need to do, because I value other people, or those people that are closer to me, more so than myself. And that's probably a bad way of thinking things, but it's just how I think. I feel as though that I've never really thought of my problems as being so severe that I need to go and burden them onto other people. But I'm wrong, and I'm really kicking myself in the foot when I'm saying this. I'm wrong to think that my own issues aren't any more validated than anybody else's. Going, I guess, with the old saying, as they say, practice what you preach. I always say that your problems are your own, but they should not ever you should not ever feel as though that they're insignificant to the problems of other people. Because when it comes down to it, everybody looks at the world differently. Everybody sees things differently. So we interpret our problems and the problems of other people differently as well. What doesn't seem per se a huge issue or a huge problem to them may be a extremely huge issue to the person who's dealing with it. And we all deal with different types of problems and stress and stuff differently. And it has gotten to a point where, again, I just never really cared about my own issues. And maybe it's the fact that I felt as though that there weren't many people who did care about my issues. And maybe it's the fact that I didn't put any emphasis on on me actually caring, or maybe the people that I thought cared didn't care. And it's not to say that there aren't people that don't care. I know that there's people who generally care about my well-being. And that's why I'm trying to come up with a new way of thinking and just new way of looking at things to try to make myself better or just deal with my issues better. But it's been difficult, to say the least. Like I said before, I have not been this depressed in a long while. And to just put it out there, I'm tired. I am extremely tired. Just tired with the fact that I've can never feel happy with anything that I do. I'm tired of consistently feeling like I'm alone in the world when I know there's a few people out there that care, but feel like I'm at an island by myself. And at the same time, even though I feel like I'm on an island by myself, I feel like that's how I should be. And to elaborate on that, because I feel like that makes no total sense, and sometimes my own mind and how that processes stuff doesn't make any sense either. Back, way back when, there was a time in my life where I was heavily focused on the well being of others. Maybe more so than I am now, to the point where I've completely neglected myself. And with that said, I don't know. My mind is starting to get kind of jumbled here. Had a thought and then I kind of lost it there. I apologize. Um, the problem that I had was kind of like I said, it's similar to the problem that I have now. That I put my own needs aside for the needs of other people because I didn't feel like it was worth it. And to a point, I felt as though that other people didn't think it was worth it either. that their own problems were their own problems, and that was the most important thing. And I ended up going along with that. And I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want to bug anybody with any additional issues. But not doing that, it's helped me. It's made it completely difficult to not only look out for myself, but to try to find my own happiness. And I'm tired of not being happy. There's things that just make me happy for the moment, but those are just here nor there. They're not the things that make me truly happy. And I'm sure that there's other people that can relate. The things that truly make you happy, they'll always be there in some way, shape, or form. And it motivates you to continue on with the day and to do what you're doing. But I don't have that. It's difficult waking up every day, really not having anything to look forward to, or not thinking that there's anything really to look forward to. And I remember saying this in the past. My dad once said that you start at point A, you want to get to C. Once you figure out what C is, getting the path to get there, which is B, should be easy. Well, not easy in the sense that you'll have the drive to go and look for those things that will get you to that point C. You'll have a goal in mind and you'll be able to push yourself above beyond to get to that goal harder than you would with anything else. But I've desperately been trying to find what that thing of C is, and I haven't found it. So it just makes going with every day to day very, very difficult. And now that have my thoughts a little bit back better, to go back to my previous point, because I think it was I've rambled there a little bit too much. The thing is, because I don't have an idea of what makes me happy or any goals in mind, like I said, I didn't really treat myself as being significant. But not only that, because my problems are my own, and because people's problems are their own, and I shouldn't rely so much on other people, I need to find my own happiness. I need to find by myself, find things that I like to do, find things that make me personally happy, without having to rely on other people to do that for me. But trying to do that in turn because I don't know or have things that make me happy, it makes me feel like I have to be on an island by myself, but miserable on that island. But I don't want to do that. It's been so long this past couple of weeks dealing with that. I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. It's so painful to have to go every day feeling like your problems aren't worth dealing with, and that your happiness and that yourself is not worth dealing with, because you can't find anything to make you happy, to push you forward to do your best every single day. And like I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired that I have to feel like that. I'm tired that I feel like that I'm going to have to go through my life in my mind by myself, because of that way of thinking. And I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong in the sense that I shouldn't go and find my own happiness and I shouldn't rely on the happiness of other people to have me be happy, because ultimately you really have yourself when it comes down to it. Everybody has somebody in their life that they care for, that cares about them. Parents, family, friends, significant others, all of that. But they have their own lives too. And it feels such a burden having to go and have them, or feel like they have to go contribute to your own happiness, or in my case, my own happiness. And that shouldn't be the case. So it's been rough. It's been rough having to come to terms with that, but not knowing what to go from there. Like I said, I'm tired. But even still, I hope that if there are those of you out there who are dealing with similar things, or maybe the exact thing that I'm dealing with, that you don't give up. You don't give up trying to go and find things to make you happy. You try different things, you try different outlooks, anything that you can within your reach. Try, at the very least. Because things will, and I have to constantly tell myself this, things will get better. They always do. Even if it doesn't seem like it's going to, or even if it doesn't go in the way you originally planned, things will always get better. And there's a combination saying that for not just you guys out there, but for myself too. To try to convince myself that things are going to get better, even though they don't feel like they are. So, I'm sorry for the long video. This is longer than I normally would go. Again, I don't know if I'm going to actually post this or not. But if I do, I apologize for all the emotion. I apologize for my thoughts being all over the place. I hope that once I can get past this hurdle, I'll have the inspiration and the energy to go and start doing videos again, and I have an idea or two of things I want to try out. But if my heart's not in it, then there's no point to do it. So hopefully I can get through this and feel a little bit better to do more stuff. And who knows, maybe today I'll even try to go and work on some things, because I haven't done anything for my channel in almost a month, and I'm pretty typically up with that. So until that point, ladies and gents, and until the next video, this is your host, Mr. Dark, signing off.